Hex, when I heard there was a new Transformers game, my heart skipped a beat, but then it proceeded to break in half when I saw the box art, because these are Michael Bay's Transformers in Rise of the Darkspark.
There is no escape, Decepticon. Surrender the Darkspark or be destroyed.
I propose a tertiary alternative.
From the very first moments of this Transformers adventure, you know you're in trouble. And I'm not exactly sure, Barjo, but is this Decepticon trying to do a cheesy Arnie impression?
The Darkspark empowers its master to bend the very fabric of the universe and its inhabitants to his will.
I listened to that a few times, wondering if the devs were serious.
Yeah, it almost seems like developers Edge of Reality knew what game they were making, and they've let those frustrations come through in the dialogue.
This is our finest hour. Cybertron is nearly ours.
The Transformers themselves know they're in for a long and dull journey, and they just want it over with.
What is this insanity? What is the meaning of this attack?
Yes, by all means, let us continue this pointless fool's errand.
I haven't seen the recent film because I'm mostly still upset about the last three, but let's talk about the story. The Darkspark is your typical MacGuffin. It can bring ultimate destruction if it falls into the wrong robotic hands by bending the universe to the owner's will. And unfortunately, it's through this mechanic that the writers are trying to bring together the worlds of the movies and the previous games.
In this third-person shooter, you take on the role of, well, almost everyone, as you battle through both sides of the war, trying to track down and take possession of this ancient artifact.
Isn't the imaginary vault for your imaginary Darkspark this way? I imagine so.
The game makes you constantly swap characters, and this makes an already contrived story more complicated for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to keep fans happy by letting you play as your favorite bot.
Yeah, possibly, and maybe that would have worked if they'd really nailed the characters, but it's almost like they base their research off just a couple of episodes and maybe someone read the synopsis of all three films on Wikipedia.
Autobots, open fire!
Let's see what we got.
Now, I know you see Optimus Prime as kind of a childhood hero. Do you think they got him right at least?
Well, when you have Peter Cullen, the voice of Optimus, to lend his vocal talents, it's hard not to squeal a little inside. But that squeal was muffled by a lot of general sighing.
I love how Optimus says that this, again, is their darkest hour.
That's how he starts all his monologues.
Yeah.
This is our darkest hour.
It's hard not to feel underwhelmed by this game almost instantly. The very first level is essentially a series of wave modes in some pretty bland environments that were even a bit tricky to drive through. It's not a good looking game, and Hex, I think some of those textures belong on last gen.
I tried creating a slow pan montage of some of the more spectacular scenes, and this is what I ended up with.
Just beautiful, Hex.
On the plus side, the shooting mechanics do work really well, and there's a good variety of weapons. Things like acid slime cannons, to my personal favorite, the Tech Vault, which makes short work of your robotic foes. But upgrading the guns just didn't seem to have any real effect, and I spent more of my time in battles dash attacking, as it felt better and got me through the fights faster.
I think the biggest letdown for me was the transforming, which is a problem when your game is called Transformers. For a start, there were times where the game wouldn't even let me transform for some reason or another, which I took particular offense to.
Tunnels. We will meet you on the other side.
But also, I rarely felt the need to transform into vehicle mode, and the whole point of a Transformers game is that ability to transform.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I'd be switching between forms to travel long distances or maybe solve some platforming puzzles, but it's like they forgot they were making a Transformers game.
I remember talking to High Moon Studios, who were the developer behind two of the recent and decent Transformers games, and they said that that was one of their biggest challenges, building an entire game where your main character can be a robot or a vehicle at any time. The real difference, though, between their excellent Cybertron series of Transformers games is that they have a real love for the characters and the lore, and that shines through constantly. I even cried a little in the last one, Hex.
Till all are one.
You brave fool. Perhaps this developer also has a love for Transformers, but being tied to a movie franchise and the often short development time that comes with that, maybe that smothered it a little.
I find it interesting that just a few years ago, nearly every big Hollywood movie had a short and nasty game tie-in, but we don't really see that much these days, so I was surprised this game even got made, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought those days were behind us as well. Games are not easy to make, even a movie game, and with more choice out there now for gamers, I wonder how this kind of game can still exist and still get funding. Overall, this is a functional cardboard box of a game. I'm giving it 4 out of 10 rubber chickens. It hurt my childhood a little.
Yeah, it feels rushed, and it probably was. Rise of the Darkspark will soon be appearing in a budget bin near you. I'm giving it 4 out of 10 as well.
They're getting away.
Your incompetence never ceases to amaze me, Starscream.
Save your barbs for later. We can't let them escape.
No escape.
Are you really not going to see the movie? It's got your favourite one in it, Grimlock, the dinosaur.
I'm upset just thinking about it.
Here's Goose with the news.